Okay, so one request I had for a video was basically how to have PHP execution and be able to track what PHP is doing and give feedback to the user. So one example of this, one thing I'm not going to get into today, is say you post a file, and when the file is done posting, you do something next, and then you do something after that, and then you blah 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 blah. Basically, all that can take a while if you do it all in one execution, so you want to give the user some information like files done uploading, files resized, files moved. Okay? You can get really detailed with this, but this is just a basic overview of how to do that. We'll start off with HTML and then head, spelled wrong. And then we're going to grab jQuery because we're going to use ajax to do this. Okay? And then we're going to open new script tags. It actually needs to be here. Okay, new script tags. And close the script tags. Well, close them properly. Okay, because we're going to do some script. Close the head. Open a body. Close the body. Close the HTML. Okay, so what we're going to do, all we're going to have in our body is basically a button and a div. Okay, our button is going to have an ID of start so we can attach something to it, and our div is just a blank div that says status. We're going to keep appending information into here as it comes in. Okay, so on function, we're just going to grab that button, so pound start dot click, and this is going to start our PHP execution. So basically we're going to do a dot post, and we're going to create a file called stuff.php. Okay, that's all we're going to do. And then you got to give it some information in a second, and then function data back. Okay, this is the syntax for post. Okay, so what we're going to put here is basically we're going to give a task to PHP. So we're actually going to call it task, and in colon quotes, and the task for this first one, let's just say get random number. Okay. Basically, this is going to be sent as post data to the stuff file, and we're going to say if the post is get random number, then do that and return. So we're basically going to chunk up our PHP file. Okay. When the data gets back, we're going to update our status. So pound status dot append, and now we're going to do just a div with the data that was returned, and then we're going to just close the div like that. Okay, so that's just going to append that when it's done. Now, moreover, when it's done, okay, we want to do another post. That's how we're going to do this execution. So I'm going to copy what I just did. Okay, I'm going to go down a line and put it inside of here. After it appends the data, it's going to do another post and fix our spacing. So right here, after this is done, it's going to do another post, and we're going to do that one more time. Okay, right here. I'm only going to do 3 for this one. Okay, so basically this happens, then when it's done, this happens, then when it's done, this happens. The reason it does that is because this inside of this function is the callback. So once the ajax is done, it does the callback. If you had just done ajax, 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 well, the point of ajax is that it runs asynchronously, so it actually wouldn't wait. So you have to do it in the callback for it to wait. So let's do another task called get data from database. Okay, and then we're going to do another one called wait 3 seconds. And this one's just going to wait. This is just some random stuff. Okay, that's the setup. It's going to do this, then it's going to do this, then it's going to do this. Okay, and if we actually pull up Firebug without having a file, we'll refresh it. Okay, and let me. Okay, so I hit start, and it did all 3, one after another. Okay, they were quick because there's nothing going on, but it did all 3. Okay, and each time you can see get random number, and then the next time get data from database, and you can guess what the next one was. Okay, so let's get writing stuff.php. It's really simple. All we're going to do is open our PHP tags, and we're just going to, you want some error checking, but for this I'm just going to switch on underscore post task. Okay, you should really check for task existence, but for this tutorial I'm not going to. Okay, so we're just switching post to task. That's it. So we're going to have a case, which is going to be get random number, colon, and then we'll fill it out in a second. Let me just copy and paste this, makes things quick. Okay, and then we're going to have a default, so I'll do this one more time and call this default, which won't do anything. It'll just be there. Okay, and then we're going to have the second one, which is get data from database, and the third one, which is wait 3 seconds. Okay, so get random number. All we're going to do for that is echo. Now remember, we're echoing. We're not returning because we're not returning a function. We're echoing out data back to ajax. Remember how ajax works? So we're going to echo rand 0, 999. Okay, so that's going to 0, not period. So that's going to give us a random number there. Then let's do get data from database, which we're just going to basically first we're going to actually sleep for a second because this happens too quick. So we're just going to pause for a second so you can see it wait. Then we're going to connect to a database. All right. And then we're just going to select, I'm not going to show you the database, but we're just going to select the first name from users, and we're just going to echo out all the first names in the database. That's all that's doing. And then wait 3 seconds. All that's going to do is just sleep for 3 seconds. And then it's going to say, echo, I'm done sleeping. Okay? There you go. So all we're doing is this file accepts a post task and then chooses what to do based on that, and then echoes out each time. So if we refresh the page here, I hit start, and it says 304 on all the names, and then wait 3 seconds, and it says I'm done sleeping. And so you can see that we've gotten details about our PHP execution each time. And you could see how you could return actual data back and then use it for the next call so that you're actually doing some execution. So that's basically one way that you can track what's happening with PHP.